Well, hey folks, Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. This is my review of Day 6 of the New Japan Cup Tournament from Korakuen Hall, and thankfully back on English commentary. And look, I understand it's a Japanese product. Japanese commentary is where, their bread and butter is. It's a lot easier to get Japanese commentators than it is to fly American commentators over there. I get it. It's just kind of nice because I don't speak Japanese, so I'm like, I kind of really want to be able to understand just a little bit more. So, David Finlay actually ended up joining commentary from match 3 on, which was pretty nice. I'm not going to say he was great, but I think it was his first time doing commentary on that level, so him and Kevin Kelly were fine. But here we go with the card. 7-match card and a really shocking finish, in my personal opinion. David Finlay and Narita versus Umino, Shota Umino, and Oka. It was fine. Young Lions got some more experience. David Finlay and Narita get the win. No complaints here, as it was a fine opener, and the Young Lions, these particular Young Lions that they feature, continue to improve. Can't wait to see where they are in a year or two. And then Hanare and Makabe. Good to see Makabe back. He apparently had a knee issue recently after a match that he had with Suzuki on the 46th anniversary show, which makes sense because Suzuki loves taking people's knees and destroying them. He, for some reason, hates knees. And they faced off against Yoshihashi and Goto. Good stuff. It's a good mix of tag exchanges, some hard strikes. I kind of feel bad for Goto because even though his championship is on the line for the New Japan Cup tournament winner, it doesn't seem like he's going to really get any challengers. So I hope that they set up somebody to face him for the April 1st show. Since after that big win that he had against Suzuki at Wrestle Kingdom 12, I really feel that he should get the opportunity to do that. I really feel he should get the opportunity to have a big, big moment. So, anyway, so it was good stuff. You tap out win for Yoshihashi. Certainly not bad. It was a pretty good, second match on the card. And then yet another match, and this is a lot of tag team matches, as is tradition for these New Japan Cup tournament shows. Yeah, Chase Owens, Tangaloa, Takahashi, and Bad Luck Fale versus Archer, Smith Jr., Izuka, and Tachi. And I'm sorry, but Archer's got to stop the water spitting. I guess it's part of his gimmick, but it's actually really annoying now. Like now, it's like, okay, do it a few times. Do it when you do as you're going out to the ring. Do it like you're doing it to the crowd, but just spit up in the air. Just don't do it where you're spitting on the crowd. I don't know. I mean, the fans don't seem to mind it. I mean, because they're part of the show. But to me, it's kind of annoying. But whatever. That's just me nitpicking. Action outside immediately. I mean, this was much more of a brawl than it was an actual tag match. It wasn't bad, don't get me wrong. Probably the least of the matches that were on the card, though. Archer and Davey Boy Smith Jr. are a good team. I just don't care particularly for Archer whenever it's just him. Because the guy just doesn't have it anymore to have a really good long singles match. Like he did when he was in Impact. His WWE run, less so. Not necessarily the best example of how good of an athlete he is. Good stuff, though. Great delayed suplex by Davey Boy Smith Jr. Shades of his dad. Really made his dad proud, I'm sure. With that, I'm sure. Really, really. I mean, obviously, he's, given who his dad is, but it was just eerie just seeing the similarities there. And the Killer Elite Squad wins for their team, so okay, cool. No complaints here, certainly. Even if it was the least of the matches on the card. So, not really all that bad. And then we go to match number 4, which was Hiromu returning, not without Daryl, with Bushi, Naito versus El Desperado, Kanemaru, and Suzuki. Naito fist bumping the plushy bears that fans had in the front rows, which was really kind of cool. And I did not catch the Twitter handle that Kevin Kelly mentioned about who put out this fact, but Suzuki faced Antonio Inoki 29 years ago when Suzuki was a young lion, and I think that was a really, really cool fact. I didn't bother to go back and watch listen to the commentary to catch the name, but it was really, really cool how that person realized that. and tweet out that fact. That's really, really cool. And Naito trolling Suzuki at first, and then Suzuki just getting more and more mad. Naito, I believe, spit at Suzuki twice in the match, and that's a bit scary. Do you want to die? Because that's how you die. Suzuki, great talent though, and Naito certainly world class. It was a great match. Somebody wants to chime in, folks. Be right back. Somebody wants to chime in about Naito. Do you? Hi. Want to chime in? Anyway, so yeah, that was fun. So yeah, had to have one of the producers, make an appearance. And for those that don't know, for those that are new to my channel, he's actually a rescue cat. I got him from a PetSmart that does stuff with a local adoption agency called Noah nearby, and I'm sure there are Noah brands and branches around the U.S. But I'm really happy I got him. He was at the time about a 17 and a half, 18 pound Maine Coon type cat, short hair, but he's a good therapy cat. He's as you can plainly hear when he was meowing. He has such a manly roar. It's funny. Anyway, so thanks for that. And again, this is a pretty damn good match, and the Naito Suzuki stuff was just brilliant. Great stuff. Again, really cool to see Hiromu back in the ring, as he is just a fantastic talent. And just the fact that Naito was spitting at Suzuki and surviving says something. But I'm here for this feud. If they decide to have that match, because Suzuki, after Bushi had taken the fall, Suzuki even laid out the challenge, like laying the title down and challenging Naito. That's saying a little something. The champion's just like, okay, you know what, I've had you. You want to die? Murder Grandpa wants you to die. You're going to die. So Naito versus Suzuki, either a Strong Style Evolved or maybe even the April 1st show, which I think is called Genesis. I forget exactly what city it's in, but cool. All for it whenever this match happens. And then we go to Juice, Michael Elgin, Tanahashi versus Okada, Ishii, and Chucky T. They were hyping Juice versus Tanahashi for their match that's going to happen tomorrow. And yes, I will be here to watch that as long as I actually can get some sleep. Good stuff. It was a good pace. It was nice that they had some tension between Juice and Tanahashi. And it'll lead to what I feel will probably be it'll be equal to the other semifinals match. And this was a quarterfinals match. And by the way, apologies for in my Day 5 review when I said semifinal match, said a quarterfinal. Apologies, I was tired. But yeah, Okada and Tanahashi even had a face-off, and oh yes, that's what we need. That's the kind of stuff that we fans really, really enjoy. This was a good six-man tag. A really good six-man tag. Enjoyable, well-paced. Chucky T got pinned. Of course he should have been. There was no reason for Chucky T not to get pinned. Like, honestly, why wouldn't he take the fall there? And then we go to Sonata versus Yano. Quarterfinal match. Decent. I mean, Sonata destroyed Yano at first, putting his shirt over his head and stuff like that. Yano fights back, uses a chair. Each man almost got counted out, the 20 count that they use in Japan. I thought that was pretty damn cool. But, folks, I will be right back with the rest of my analysis. All right, thanks, folks. Just a quick little break. Back to Sonata and Yano. Good enough stuff. It was mainly for comedy. This was one of the shortest matches of the New Japan Cup, if not the shortest. Yano's antics almost worked, but Sonata eventually just decided, no, F this, just decided just to destroy Yano. And that's what should have happened. There's nothing against Yano. He's a good athlete. He's done very well in these New Japan Cup tournaments before. He's been in a lot of them, but Sonata needed the win here. Absolutely needed the win. Yano's career is established. he's still going to be over as a good wrestler, but with great comedy spots. And I mean, whether it speaks to me or whatever, the crowd seems to love it, and he's certainly over. So Sonata getting the win just made perfect sense. And then we go to the big match, the one I was most excited for, the reason that I stayed up to watch this despite being on only a couple hours of sleep. Kota Ibushi versus Sabre Jr. quarterfinals match, and of course you had Taka Michinoku hyping him. He is the submission matcher. He is ZSJ. He is Sabre Jr. I'm not going to try to do a Japanese accent like Taka. That would be not very. That would not be good for me to do that just at all. Taka's English is actually really, really good. Obviously, Japanese is his first language, but he's really good at English, and he's really good at conveying just being a great heel here. And this had a huge fight feel to it. I mean, really big. This probably, at least so far, is the best match of the New Japan Cup tournament. And I mean, of this particular tournament, I mean, of all time, no. I mean, there have been other great ones of previous year's editions. And great mat wrestling as expected. Kota was a lot more grounded. He had just a couple high spots, not very many, but mainly kept it grounded, hitting some, good, just hitting some good quick spots. But Sabre Jr., of course, using submission wrestling, that octopus stretch, abdominal stretch, all that. I mean, just using just every bit of his body as a weapon to inflict pain on Kota Ibushi's body. To me, this was better than the match that Sabre Jr. had with Naito, and that's not knocking that. That was a very good match. This just had the feel of, okay, Sabre Jr. got by Naito. There's no way he's going to get past Ibushi. We're thinking Ibushi's going to have to win. Ibushi's going to have to win. With the way they're building him, after him reuniting with Kenny Omega and that kind of stuff, and now Omega's off. I'm not sure where Omega is right now. He was at the Ring of Honor 16th anniversary show. But okay, Ibushi's going to win. Ibushi's at least going to get to the semifinals. That's one thing about, like the G1 Climax that New Japan does, New Japan Cup, and any other tournaments or any other, special attraction like series of matches that they do. There's always room for a few shock wins. And this was a bit of a shock win. There was a lot of great counters. Ibushi's going to win. Oh, Sabre Jr. is going to win. Oh, the submission. Oh, it looks like, the big knee. No. Yes, no, and then Sabre Jr. managed to get one hell of a submission on. One hell of a submission, and Ibushi wouldn't give up. He wouldn't give up. One, he couldn't tap out. Both his arms were trapped. But the referee stopped it because Ibushi wasn't responding. Sabre Jr. beat Kota Ibushi. That is, I mean, Sabre Jr. was already an established name a few years ago. He's just managed to establish it more and more and more. Working in the UK, I believe he's worked in Australia also. He was part of the CWC that WWE did. Thankfully, Ibushi and Sabre Jr. did not sign with WWE because they were doing so much better in Japan and any other company that they wrestle in. Honestly, their styles are perfect for for the fans of the world, not just the fans of WWE. That's just my opinion. This is coming from somebody that's a fan of a lot of pro wrestling. But referee stoppage and Sabre Jr. wins, and that was shocking to me. Not that I didn't think Sabre Jr. wasn't capable of it. I mean, obviously, pro wrestling, it is scripted, but in Japan, they treat it much more like a sport. The fact that they went with Sabre Jr., not that Ibushi can't take a loss. I believe this is his first loss in the New Japan Cup tournament, though. I think he won the 2015 edition, and that's saying something. That speaks a lot to what they think of Sabre Jr. It's like, okay, hey, we're gonna go with you. So Sabre Jr. versus Sonata on the 18th. I don't know. I mean, I should be watching that one, but I don't know who's going to win that one, honestly. Sonata could, but they could have Sabre Jr. go to the finals against either Juice or Tanahashi, and I wouldn't complain one damn bit. But Sonata getting to the finals might actually make more sense. And I only say that because you might want to have New Japan assigned talents be in the finals. As far as I know, Sabre Jr. is not a member of the roster, but hey, whatever. Not going to get into the details here. All I'm going to say is it's been a really, really fun New Japan Cup tournament so far. Though I will say that day 5, check out my review of that, by the way. I'm going to try and put more, do some more adding on the computer that I check my YouTube on. I shoot these from my phone, by the way, but I'm going to try and, maybe do some more adding and put some more, videos for you guys to click on if I get the time. If I get the time in between sleeping, working, and just generally just trying to relax. But anyway, again, thank you guys so much for watching my New Japan Pro Wrestling reviews. I really do appreciate it. What have you guys thought of the New Japan Cup tournament as a whole so far? And I don't necessarily mean the tag matches, because the tag matches are just a way really to hype the, whole, get people on the card and a way to hype like future matches and feuds and everything. But what have you guys thought of the tournament matches so far? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and Twitter link is in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin. Yes, I'm tired. I will see you guys for day 7 tomorrow.